All right, we are continuing to wrap up here from the CrossFit Games 2017 out at the Align Energy Center. Big weekend for a lot of people, but none bigger probably for a weekend than this man standing right here. We had him on the show a couple weeks ago, and it's Jeb, of course, from CrossFit Fort Atkinson, and we were talking about the games coming. They finally came. We're wrapping it up right now, so everybody wants to know, hey, how did it go? How did you do?
It went awesome. I took 4th place overall. I had an amazing time. The whole weekend just was incredible. I don't know that's fully sunk in yet, to be honest. But I had a lot of fun, which was my main focus. Have fun, do good in every event, or do the best I could to my ability in every event, and leave it all out there. And I definitely did that, and I ended up 4th place. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Congratulations on a great weekend. You know, I got to say, there has to be some pretty special athletes then that are coming in front of you then, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the guys that are in my age group, I mean, anybody that makes it to the games, you have to be pretty talented. You know, it's a lot of discipline, a lot of sacrifice, and yeah, I mean, there's very few of us in the world, so it takes a pretty special person.
You know, it's pretty cool. Usually I'm the only one that's going to get stopped for autographs around here and people taking pictures with me and stuff. Full disclosure, right before we do this interview, you're stopped, autographs, the whole thing. How does that feel? Because that's always an interesting experience, isn't it?
It is. It's very interesting. And I think it's getting a little easier. It's definitely, to me, I'm just a guy that happens to be good at a couple of things, I guess. And yeah, I don't know if it's ever going to feel normal. But I definitely enjoy it. You know, if people, it's neat hearing people say that, you know, they look up to me and stuff like that. It makes you feel good for sure.
Got to take this stardom, turn it into a Reebok commercial now, right?
Yeah, right.
I think it helps too. You might be the most tatted athlete that's here. Do you think that makes you stand out?
A little bit. You can definitely. There's been a lot of people like you definitely stand out. You're easy to pick out of a crowd. So you know, it is what it is. Like you know, and this is just me. I'm just being myself. So if people like it, then that's awesome.
Attendance here, we heard from a lot of people that were involved in the games. Record setting here, absolutely amazing. Yeah, so they sold more pre-sale tickets for this game than any other time, and so taking it out of California turned out to be a pretty good thing, I think, for everybody that was involved bringing it here. It's going to be here for the next 2 years. So what does that mean now for you personally, looking forward to next year's games?
I want to come back. You know, I'm going to work as hard as I can and do what I got to do to be back here next year. You know, I want to fight for I want to be on the podium. You know, I'm happy with the 4th, you know, fittest guy in the world in my age group, but in the end, we're all competitors, and I want to win.
Absolutely good. Yeah, that's what we like to hear. So, you know, what do you think it means to, as far as for CrossFit in the state of Wisconsin and for South Central Wisconsin specifically, and for your gym? The focus, the bounce that comes off of this, the interest level that's peaking, I think, for people, it's got to be a good thing, not only just for CrossFit, but for people in general, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The thing I just tell my wife is that everybody in my gym, just about like half of them volunteered, the other half was here cheering me on, and they all get the experience. They know what the games is all about, or what CrossFit is all about, and it goes for everybody around this area. And I think that it's nothing but a good thing for obviously gyms in the area. So yeah, I mean it's perfect. You know, I think it's what the Midwest needed as far as CrossFit goes.
Yeah, and it was really interesting too. I'm sure a lot of you have been to sporting events where you go to, say, like a Packers game or a Badgers game. People are tailgating, drinking beer. They don't exactly look very fit. This was the fittest group of spectators I think I have ever seen. People that were coming out were into it, dressed for it, and working out here, weren't they?
Yes, they were. You'll see people working out in the parking lot. They'll pull out weights and bars, set up, do a workout before they come in here or whatever. Yeah, you don't get that at other sporting events very often, but it's still, at the same time, everybody's having fun, you know what I mean? And I think that, to me and to a lot of us, is the most important, have a good time when you come to these things.
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about. They're kind of wrapping up. I wanted to get your thoughts, though, too, as they start to tear this thing down. It took them a couple weeks to put it all up. What did you think of the size of this? Because I know we had you on the show, and we were talking about CrossFit Games, and I never really clicked with me how big it is. Did it blow you away?
It definitely blew me away, and and obviously I actually come to Madison quite often. So it was like there was nothing here, and then bam, like the whole thing was here. And that's what I was telling the guys in my age division. It's like, you guys don't understand what this place looks like before this. And then it's amazing what they come in and do in literally a couple of weeks. It's a lot of hard work out of those guys, but they do a phenomenal job, and they put on a good show for sure.
Did it change how you perform at all, seeing like the cameras that were like on cables, the cameras on drones, stuff like that? Were you aware of them? Did it change your performance?
You definitely know they're there, but I like it. I like performing and working out in front of a crowd, in front of the lights. It definitely boosts your energy, and then, like I said, a lot of the people that were there, shout out to all of Wisconsin for supporting me, because the crowd was huge. It plays a big role. It gives you that energy when you don't feel like you can do anything more, and yeah, so it makes a huge difference.
Jeb, you did great. Check him out, CrossFit Fort Atkinson, and on the sports news. I mean, go there, the bottom third here, all that kind of stuff. Check him out. Congratulations on a fantastic weekend. We appreciate your time, and we'll come back, wrap things up here from the CrossFit Games on the sports news on 57 Sports.
A special thank you to Conan Automotive in Stoughton for supporting local athletics.